folks, Twin Proper here, bringing you yet another in my series. And another in my series happens to be a 12 gauge pump shotgun by Rock Island Armory. This is the Rock Island Armory M5 12 gauge shotgun. Folks, for the money, and not a lot of money, this shotgun is worth every bit of the $215 it cost me at Bud's Guns. Okay, folks, you guys know me. I always go for budget. I always go for inexpensive. You don't see me digging around the most expensive shotguns. I'm not likely to have a Benelli. Because first of all, I wouldn't be using a shotgun enough to warrant the use of a Benelli, but for a home defender, I was looking for a halfway reliable home defender that I could prop up somewhere and be able to defend my family and myself. So I was doing my research, and I liked this one most of all. There's a lot of features in this shotgun that make it worth more than the $215 in my book. But this one here, this is the one I decided on. Let's look at the features on this and see why it's worth the $215 that it cost me at Bud's Guns. All right. One of the first things is the action. The action is stupid slick. I mean, this is gravity, folks. This is one of the slickest actions on a shotgun I've ever heard of. That's not the primary feature that drew me to it, but it is an excellent feature. You can see that it's got a jeweled bolt right here. It's a cosmetic feature. It's a nice touch. And you can see that it's got a functional ventilated barrel shroud right here. This is functional, but it's also very cool looking in my book. It's got a solid steel receiver. This is a solid steel receiver. This is an all steel shotgun with the exceptions of the buttstock right here. And of course the handguard for the action. So it's very well put together, and it's got an aluminum trigger guard. So there's no plastic trigger guards breaking off or anything like that. It's aluminum. And in the buttstock, you have room to put a couple shells. Now I think a couple 2 3/4 inch shells. I don't think 2 3-inch shells, because 3-inch shells I was working for a long time. 2 3/4 inch you can fit in there comfortably. I'll probably throw a couple slugs in there or something like that. A couple double-aught bucks just as spares, just in case. But I still plan to get one of those nylon sleeves to put a bunch of shells in too, so that I have them ready to go. Standard bead right here. So the bead is just like you're gonna find on any other shotgun. And I don't think I'm gonna do any modifications to this shotgun other than probably getting one of those fiber optic sights that you could put over the bead. Just clamp it on and tighten it, and it's right where you need it to be. I might do that. My eyes are pretty crappy, so I'm most likely to do something like that to help myself out with accuracy. Not that you gotta worry too much about accuracy with a shotgun. Now, I did test a couple different kinds of ammunition through this, and I had a military style double-aught buck ammunition, and I had Federal Premium's Flight Control Wad ammunition, which is supposed to be a feature ammunition for 12 gauges, and I ran both of them through this, and they went okay. There was a certain point where I thought that the military grade ammunition was giving me some feeding problems and ejecting problems, but I want to make sure first before I say that it's just not user error, because I think I was short stroking some of this ammunition. That tends to happen sometimes. You can short stroke and catch your ammunition up there in the breech. So, but the Federal Premium ammunition ran really well through this. It could have been me again. It could have been that I wasn't short stroking by the time I got to that. And the Flight Control Wad, I've got to say, lived up to its name. You know, it printed a lot closer on the paper from 5 yards and 10 yards. But how much closer and whether or not it's worth it being a huge feature, that would really be up to the user. I think it's been a matter of just only 2 or 3 inches at 10 yards closing in that pattern. That's nice, that works, but there you go. It cycled well. I shot about 30 rounds of double-aught buck through this thing, so my shoulder had enough. I called it a day. One other feature I like about this shotgun is you can see that here's your lift gate right here, and when you chamber your first round, the lift gate gets up out of the way. So you have full access without any barriers right here to push shells into the tube. That's really nice. So there's nothing to have to push a shell through to get your shells into the feeding tube. So that's a really good touch. I like that. That's a great feature there. And the thing I do not like about this shotgun is the safety. The safety is right here, and it is very difficult to engage and disengage. It doesn't really click. I mean, it's doing it now, but it's because I'm shoving it harder than normal. But it doesn't really click. It just kind of rubs into place. I wish this was a lot smoother. I wish it was more decisive. Better yet, I wish it was right here where God intended it. But it's not. So I think I just have to work this, maybe put some oil on it or something. The action lever is right here. That is very, very slick. I'm telling you. So that's right here. And it's pretty much a cut and dry 12 gauge shotgun. But one of the things that I like most about it is definitely how cool it looks. So I got the nickel one. There was no difference in price between nickel and the regular blued one. So I chose nickel. Nice shotgun. Folks, this is it. This is not the premium review though. This is only the looky what I got review. The premium review will come after I shoot this thing a lot more. So this is it. If you're looking for an inexpensive home defender, the Rock Island Armory M5 pump 12 gauge shotgun is good for your consideration. And I really like this one so far. So much so I gave it a name. I named it Biden.
If you want to protect yourself, get a double barrel shotgun. Have the shells, a 12 gauge shotgun. And I promise you, as I told my wife, we live in an area that's wooded and somewhat secluded. I said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here or walk out, put that double barrel shotgun and fire 2 blasts outside the house.
So what your former vice president was suggesting is that you rain shrapnel all over your neighbors. Good move, Joe. But this is it. The M5 12 gauge shotgun. And I'm too improper. My email address is scrolling across the bottom of the screen as we speak right now. That's tooimproper@gmail.com. Write and I will answer you, provided you're not being a douche about what it is you have to say, and if I've got the time. Thanks for watching, folks. God bless America, and keep on protecting your families and yourselves. You know it's always the right thing to do.
Top was the military grade Woo!